So that's it. Reactions coming from the Europa League. Dortmund beating Tottenham by 3-0. Now you know Spurs, they have their mind fixed on the league. They just want to see if this is the year and they can win the league title. And so the Europa League distracting them big time. But let's see next week if they can turn that result around at White Hart Lane. And we also told you some of the results from the Europa Cup with Liverpool and Manchester United. And again, that's Lazio. They travel to Czech Republic and they're able to pick a point, get an away goal. Let's see if they can complete it next week also. So that's it for the Europa Cup. Let's come back home now, talk some athletics. We keep telling you athletics getting ready for the 2016 Rio Olympics, and the Nigerian team are also going to the World Indoor Championships. We just can't stop talking about athletics because it has given so much pride and glory to this country. An ex-Olympian is in the studio with us to talk about world athletics in Africa, and of course his career. Sanusi Turay is a Nigerian that went to Sierra Leone and then did business with Sierra Leone, but he's back home now and he'll be telling us a lot of things as regards his career and athletics in Africa. Good to have you around, Sanusi, on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
I know you do justice to that, yes. So I allow you.
Now, before we talk about the championships proper, now, it's Sanusi, right?
Yes.
In Nigerian.
Yes.
Why did you decide to run for Sierra Leone?
Well, I actually spent most of my life thinking I was a Sierra Leonean. Okay. Like I said earlier, it's a long story.
Okay.
But my father is Igbo, my mom is Benin Delta. So yes, but I ran for Sierra Leone, absolutely. Okay. My mother was married to a Sierra Leonean as well. Okay. So that's the link.
Okay, I get it. But sure. I'm not really happy that I actually ran for Sierra Leone because I was going through.
No one running for
that you ran for, I was going through. You were born in right here in Lagos,
I was born in
Lagos, yes. And I was going through most of the competitions you've been to. Yes. You've been at the World Indoor Championships, competed 60 meters. You even got the semi-finals in 1991, 93, and 99. Now, Nigeria team will definitely be the 17 of them, and out of the 17, well, some have been denied visa, especially Patience Oko, which all of us are not really happy about. Hopefully, they can give it to her before they leave on Sunday. What are you expecting from Team Nigeria? Because you've seen some of the players.
Well, Team Nigeria, Patience should be there. She's one of the best 400-meter female runners we have at the moment. It's a shame. It's actually disheartening that she's not there. But I guess the rest would do their best. I think the focus really for this year is actually the Olympic Games. Indoor tournaments are not really not really that highly rated. You know, it's almost like a break from the training. Yeah, so you use it just to find out where you are, to focus on the outdoor season. That's why you will find people like Usain Bolt. You've never heard about him running indoors. And people like Carl Lewis back in the day never really ran indoors. I think he ran only once, and the time was quite poor. So most people use the indoor as a break from the heavy training that you have to go through in order to be able to perform during the outdoor season. That's right. So we shouldn't really focus too much on their performances indoor. No,
that's true.
Just more like a training.
Absolutely, it's a fun thing. Loosen up. Let me see where I am, in my program. That's right. And then go back to what is really important, the Olympics, and that's what we are interested in.
And let's talk about the Olympics. You featured at the Olympics. What sort of experience does it bring?
Wow, Olympic Games, it's fantastic. I remember my first Olympics, '92. I woke up in the dorms one afternoon, and I looked outside the window, and I thought, I'm actually here, And I said to myself, my mother doesn't know I'm here. My siblings, none of them would understand the feeling of it's the greatest sporting event on earth, and it's a pleasure to behold. It's fantastic.
Wow. Let's talk about one serious issue. So I know this one is so serious that we need to take it off sports. Doping, particularly in Africa. Now look at what is going on. Maria Sharapova and her name. How possible is it to make sure athletes, particularly African athletes, stay clean?
Doping has always been a problem in sports, and in particular in athletics. It was generally a problem with the sprinters. It seems to have now spread across the board. In terms of sprints generally in Africa, we haven't had that many issues related to doping. For instance, there's a sub-10 club that has been created that we're looking to promote, where 16 Africans have run under 10 seconds. None of them have ever failed a drugs test. But if you go around the world, in Europe, Asia, and Europe, the Americas, and USA, those who have run sub-10, you will find quite a number of them that have failed drugs tests. We haven't. We don't really have that. And out of that, the 16 that we have, 8 of them are Nigerians. So in that regards, we're quite safe. Yes, with the revelations that are coming out, it is sort of scary. But anything that has money attached to it, it is bound to always, make people do things.
Cheat.
Yeah, it's a shame. But sports in itself is a very, very difficult discipline, sports in general. And athletics is harder than most. Because every sport you do, you must run to get fit. Yeah. So you can imagine what it takes to become a top sprinter or an athlete generally in terms of training, what you have to put through. And the human body can only take so much. And with the demands of sponsorship, the demands of performances, it pushes people to do things that they otherwise wouldn't want to do.
Does that mean sometimes, the IAAF and can sometimes just put a benchmark where everyone will be comfortable with?
Benchmark in terms of?
I'm talking about, when you're coming for competition right now, they set a standard. There's a particular standard you will meet before you compete.
Oh, of course.
When you have stuff like that, they keep raising the bar every time. Sometimes athletes feel, okay, my body can take so much. Or another way could be an athlete who is running 100 and 200 meters in a particular competition. Maybe that's the only competition they can allow that athletes to run. Don't go for long jump or any other one. Something like that. It doesn't really help that they don't have to push themselves.
It's about demand. For instance, when I ran back in the day, it seems like a lifetime ago now, and I was running 10:25s, between 10:25s and 10:3s. It was good enough at that time to get into a lot of
medal zones.
Well, not medal zones globally, but Grand Prix events, invitational meets, and whatnot, and be ranked amongst the best in England at the time, and amongst the best in Africa. But with better nutrition, better facilities, and all that, you have a situation where a host of younger people are doing much better. So when their standards improve, in order to control the amount of people that will qualify, you have to raise the bar.
Raising the bar.
You keep raising the bar, and the bar increases. And before you know, you have the world record in the 100 meters at 9.58, which is ridiculous.
Exactly.
So yes, there is a lot of pressure to perform. There's pressure from endorsements. People want to get coaches, and it becomes, there's a team around the best athletes in the world, and everybody has to get paid.
Wow. I know.
So, and you have to definitely be at your best.
You have to be at your best.
And when the body can't take it, you have to look for something that can help you.
Absolutely.
Push it up.
Some knowingly, some don't. Yeah. Some, the team around them, push these things on them without them even knowing.
That's what I would
and
say.
Some of them knowingly do. Because if you spend your whole life supporting someone to perform, and then they get injured, and you think, oh, we spent so much money, something has to be done for this individual to be able to compete at this competition, you take the shortcut.
Okay, before we let you go, let me take you back again to 1992. That's a very crucial year in your career. You ran in the team for Team Africa, the World Cup. But you need to talk to me about Adeniko Olakpa, the fantastic Nigerian athlete, and of course, Kayode Oluyemi.
Yes, Kayode, may his soul rest in peace. Lovely, lovely, fantastic guy. When I heard about his death, then it was painful. He was one of those very, very, amiable individuals. Olapade Adenikon. I keep pronouncing it the way they pronounce it on TV around the world. Olapade, incredible athlete, always ran extremely well, but when it came to championships, sometimes he floundered. And that was because there was a lot of pressure on them to make money in those days. So they ran too many meets prior to the main event itself. Yes, so I made the team. I was very happy. We won the bronze medal at the World Cup. I ran the anchor leg, woohoo, which is the glory leg. And yes, and we ran with John Miles Mills from Ghana. That was the highlight for me then, because I had only been running seriously for like 2 years.
So how does it feel taking you to 92? Let's come back to 2016. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Sanusi, for coming around.
Thank you for having me.
We'll get you back here again before the Olympics.
Sure,
so talk some athletics.
Definitely.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And you talk more about those 8 Nigerians who ran sub 10, right?
Back
yes.
in the day.
Actually, can I just talk on that?
Okay, let's do that.
We're putting an event together called the top sub 10 gala dinner and club dinner.
Okay.
Which, in order to honor those 16 guys that have run
the
sub 10 in Africa.
Fantastic.
Doing that with Frankie Fredericks and the AFN.
All right.
Frankie would be coming,
Fantastic.
and all of them would come. And also, hopefully, we would have Lord Sebastian Coe here as well.
That would be fantastic.
For that. Okay.
Yeah, for that event.
Then we will be there also.
Yeah, we're looking at between the 6th and 9th of July. The same time, the AFN will be hosting their Olympic trials.
Okay.
Yeah, and hopefully it will be in Uyo in Akwa Ibom.
You're taking me back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that information.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Sanusi Turay is a Nigerian, but represented a Sierra Leone. No love lost. It's still Africa. He's an African brother. Let's go on a quick break. We're still talking about the Europa Cup. We'll come back. The issues, man. Ben Alaya will join us. We're still talking sports right here. Channels TV. Don't go anywhere. Stay.